Hey, today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about dogs and gladiators. I'm sure a lot of you gladiator owners out there have dogs and you want to haul them in your vehicle. And it's not always all that easy, right? So I had an Avalanche for years and it's because it fit that lifestyle, and I had 4 dogs at the time. So at the start of the Gladiator, I had 3 dogs, and this system worked for me. That's not to say the individual items are the things you need to buy. I'll put a link down below in case you're interested, but anything that fits the basic concept would do quite well. And I just wanted to kind of share my experience and how it goes in hopes that maybe it'll help another dog owner out there with a Gladiator. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the footage. So Merry Christmas. It's Christmas morning. We've opened our gifts and we're getting ready to go up and visit a family, and of course we take our dogs with us. So I've got an old dog who can no longer walk, and her needs are very specific, and then we've got a 10-year-old Cocker Spaniel, and I had 3 other dogs before, so we've got a little experience with dogs and vehicles. I had an Avalanche for years. It was a great setup because I could let down the back of it and put them back there with a big dog bed. But I bought this when I still owned the Avalanche, and I bought it specifically with measurements in mind to be able to use it for the Gladiator. And this would also work with a JK or a JL. So I elected to go a little bit more over the top than probably most people. So this is the baseboard. So this covers up, and there's a couple of different options to do this. But this covers up the foot space so that they don't fall down in. And so specifically I do this because of my older dog. So she is unable to walk at all. She doesn't have enough strength in her legs anymore, and I have to carry her everywhere. So if I put her in here in just a dog hammock, she would probably roll and wind up getting herself wedged between the seats, and that would be uncomfortable. Then she'd cry and I'd have to pull off the side of the road and stop and get out and get her out of the situation. So we elected to go this route. So this has a strap here that goes around the bottom of the seat. I'll show you. So it comes down and it fits down in. It looks like it would be a problem, but it'll, once you sit in it, it moves out of the way, but that keeps it from shifting. And then there's another strap that comes up over the headrest, and then it holds this barrier in place, which isn't super important in addition to the dog hammock, but it does that on both sides. And then that provides a firm foundation across the entire seat where they're not going to get themselves stuck or trapped. And it seems to work out really well. So then in addition to that, we've got the dog hammock. So I'll see if I can show you that. All right, so with the dog hammock, it's very well quilted, and it's got a nice kind of tacky bottom piece on it, which stops it from sliding around a lot. But essentially, it gets hooked up the same way. Now, I put in these grab handles, and the reason I put them in the front and the back, but the primary reason that I put them in was because of this dog bed. So what it does, like I said, it has this particular strap that just goes over top. Once you've got it sized, it's really easy. You can pull it on and off without having to do a lot of stuff. And then it's got another one for the headrest on the back seat. So then it's just like that. I'll do the other side. So just over this headrest and over this headrest. And then all you've got to do is take your strap and loop it through here. So you take your strap and you loop it around that, and you clip it. So now you've got a nice pulled up hammock that protects the dogs, keeps them from falling out of the hammock, and then it's got a zipper on both sides of this to open it up. I usually just open up this side of it, and that seems to do well enough. So once again, you've got a strap on this side, goes up over the grab handle, and then clips. So you don't have to remove all that. I'm not sure why we removed it last time. And like I said, it's got a zipper that zips down and then provides easy access for the dogs. Now it also has some storage pockets there that you can use. A lot of times will use that for dog leashes, dog collars. And then this has a pouch that you can put some stuff as well. I don't really use that much. Can't put a lot of stuff in there, but it works pretty well. And as you can see, it's got a zipper in the center. If for some reason you need to open that up and let the kids through, so I can just let this down, this hard wall, and open that up. Now I don't do that because I don't let them up in the front when I'm driving. But if you need to some reason you need to access the pups while you're moving, you can do that. So that's basically my pet setup for the Gladiator. This works really well. We've done a number of cross-country trips. We've had 2 trips to Michigan from Virginia, where we took the dogs with us, and they rode back here the entire time. And I actually did that with, at one point, 3 dogs. And this worked out great. Now I have small dogs, Cavalier, King Charles Spaniels, and a Cocker. So it wouldn't work for, obviously, 3 Mastiffs or anything, but it works out really well. I really like it. It's padded enough to where it provides them a little protection. I have a small dog blanket that I put back here to provide some additional cushion. And then if I'm going on a long trip, typically I have a bunch of stuff, and I'll actually store some soft things under this back where the gap is there. It's not huge, but it is enough to trap my old dog sometimes, and I'll put some padding under there just to make it a little bit easier. But that's the basic setup for the pups and the Gladiator. Thanks for watching. So that's my setup for hauling dogs in a Jeep Gladiator. Hopefully somebody will get some value out of this. As I said, there's a couple of different options. There's some inflatable pads that go down in the foot space. I didn't like them as much because they actually take up all the storage space, which I use when I'm traveling. And the bottom board actually folds up. It's a trifold. So once it's folded up, it's very small, and it can be easily tucked out of the way for storage. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. Give me a reason why, so that I can improve the video content in the future. Subscribe if you want to see future content. And I'm going to show you this picture here of my 2 Cavaliers, tricolored in the forefront, and my Black Cocker Spaniel in the back, showing off as usual. And I cut a couple of video clips coming here that show her in the bed enjoying it. She'd rather be with us than not.
Not very impressed with all this activity.